Aloha, beautiful souls. This is Ryan of tranSOULution, and welcome to my channel, Transform with Ryan, where I am here to bring you that light whenever there are shadows. Now, in this pick a card tarot reading, we are going to be looking at what is shifting in your reality in the next 30 days. So about a month here, something will be shifting, something major will be changing in your life here. And let's use one of these four piles here to get some more information on what that could be, get a little bit of information beforehand. So interesting that I'm doing this reading for y'all, recording it today because the weather has been bananas where I'm at. It's like sunshine, raining, windy. We even lost power for a minute. So lots of shifts and changes, and I felt inspired to do this reading for you all. So again, we have the Mermaid Tarot, Steampunk Tarot, Wild Unknown Tarot, and a tarot of the new vision. So go ahead and check the timestamps down below to go to your reading to find out what is shifting for you in your reality over the next 30 days. I will see you at your reading. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome back to Transform with Ryan for another reading. And for those of you that are new to this channel, I'm sending you a very warm welcome and aloha. Please do let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments down below. And with that, let's get into your reading and find out what is shifting in your reality in the next 30 days here. Now, I just wanted to make you guys aware that with this reading, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. You have full sovereignty and control over the direction your life takes. And so some of the information that's going to come out in this reading is going to like really light you up and get you excited. So keep that energy there. And if there's something that you're not quite feeling, you're not quite into, just know that you can shift onto another timeline, okay, by making different choices. So this reading is intended to be if you just kind of kept everything at the status quo. So we're going to start off with just getting some information on the current situation, and then we're going to look at the next layer to see how things are shifting, okay? So first out, we have the Eight of Cups. So this, again, is just giving us some context. Oh, 10 of Swords. Okay. 8 of Swords. Wow. Wow. Tower. Oh, goodness. 9 of Cups. Okie dokie. So the context of this situation is there's quite a bit of fear, anxiety happening here at the present moment, okay? There's some worrying going on. Things are coming to an end. And here, so let's start, we'll kind of go in this direction, okay? So here with the Eight of Cups, there's a relationship that you're choosing to leave behind, or you have chosen by the time you're watching this reading. And it's a relationship that you were quite fond of, that was quite endearing to you. It was someone you really, really cared for. And because of, you know, the way the course life has taken for you and this other person, it seems like it is time to part ways. But it's not easy. This speaks to a bit of sadness, a bit of not quite regret, but it's sort of this wishfulness about, you know, wanting things to have gone differently than how they had, okay? And this ending was rather sudden, rather unexpected, right? And that's enough cause for a concern here. And this is quite a startling scene where we have this merman who unfortunately has passed on, and we see their spirit kind of leaving the body and going into, you know, the next dimension, the next reality from this physical one. And so it really kind of broke your spirit down, you know, as this process was occurring. Again, it was quite unexpected, but what I'm getting here is that actually with this card here, with the Tower and the Nine of Cups, this was meant to happen. this connection, this relationship has served its purpose, and now it's time to move on to bigger and better things. That's the energy that I'm getting. But we'll get some more clarifiers here to see about how this situation will be shifting, how your energy will be shifting in light of the end of this relationship, okay? Again, very sudden. So this ending, it wasn't one of those things where it's like, how do you call it? Like it's the end of the semester, right, in university, and you're moving on to the next semester. You're going to take new classes, have new classmates. Most of the time there's no real sadness there. There might be more sadness like if you were graduating from school and you're probably not going to see this person as much anymore because you're not going to be on campus together, and you're kind of all going your separate ways to your new jobs. Maybe some people returning back home to their hometown from where they went to university, right? Like that's kind of the difference here, that this ending is more significant. It's like a graduation kind of ending versus like, oh, we're just gonna, go take different classes next quarter, next semester, or like, a spring break kind of thing where I'm not gonna see you for like, a week or two. Nothing like that. This is like really significant of an ending of a relationship. And to be honest, there were parts of the relationship with this where you felt quite bound up. And in your heart of hearts, you knew that this relationship needed to come to an end. Like you knew that, but you just didn't see the way out. And what I'm getting here as well is that several of you wanted to end things so that everyone was kind of happy, okay? This could be a romantic relationship for many of you is what I'm getting, but there's some of you also, this was more like a business relationship, like a partnership of sorts. But again, in your heart of hearts, you knew it was meant to end, and you just couldn't find a way to end it on terms you were comfortable with, or on terms you felt the other person would be comfortable with. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? But actually, there is sort of, if you want to call it, this light at the end of the tunnel. There is hope, and that's what this Nine of Cups represents. There is hope because, again, with this relationship in your heart of hearts, you knew it was meant to come to an end, and it's because you started wishing for something else. You wanted something more. You perhaps even grew and changed and evolved out of this relationship. And your spirit, your heart, and I would say a good chunk of you are actually very self-aware and spiritually evolved. And so you are conscious of it too, that there is something else more for you on the horizon, some type of relationship that would be more enriching, more empowering, bring you more joy, bring you more love in your life. And that's what you were wishing for. So the universe was working in tandem with you, is working in partnership with you to bring about this reality that you were desiring. And what had to happen was this situation had to be moved out so that your wish can be granted and this new relationship can come in, or space. It might not even be a new relationship, right? Maybe you were feeling suffocated and you just needed time alone. You needed time to explore this new version of you that you're becoming. And so this is sort of the universe granting that wish to give you that space, give you that time alone to reflect. And also, again, for some of you, if you're just not satisfied in your relationship and you were looking for a different one, whether, again, romantic or business related, this is universe helping you out by creating the circumstances that brought this to an end. And again, it wasn't necessarily your doing, this is just what happened. Something was revealed, something was said that precipitated, that brought this ending in a lot faster. Okay, so let's see how these energies are shifting now. Let's get to the good stuff, yeah? So we have 3 of Wands here with the 8 of Cups. We have, 8 of Wands with the 10 of Swords. We have 10 of Cups with the 8 of Swords. Interesting, because we have this 10 of Cups, 10 of Swords, 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords. Like we have this kind of crisscross energy here. Oh, wow, Chariot and Justice. Whoa, okay. So things are going to be shifting quite powerfully for you and for your benefit here when it comes to the next 30 days. So we have a lot of sadness, we have a lot of sorrow energy kind of here in this context of the discussion. But what's shifting in now, it's all happy cards, all very exciting things. What we have here, again, let's just go from left to right, okay? What we have here is now you're having the freedom, the time, and the space to start eyeing and going after the things that you want, planning, strategizing, getting things together to go after what it is. Oops, excuse me, my head bumped the little camera. Your heart truly desires. So you're going to be able to have the space and the freedom to make the moves that you'd like. And boy, is there a lot of movement for you. Why? Because we have the Chariot here and we have the Eight of Wands. And to have two cards here that show up with a lot of strong, swift, super fast movement is like insane here. Insane. And what's making this even more beautiful for you is you have the 10 of Cups here, yo. Oh my gosh. This is about emotional fulfillment, like real happiness, okay? It's not like you're fake smiling here. Like you are cheesy, grinning, smiling, like you can't wipe that smile off your face no matter what, because what is coming in is gonna be so much better than what you've left behind. I see a lot of socializing here as well with the 10 of Cups. So connecting with friends, perhaps connecting with new love interests. You might be going on a couple of dates here if you've recently broken up with somebody. And these people that you're spending time with, you're gonna be having such good fun with them. And you're gonna laugh together. And what I'm also sensing is actually connection. So one of the problems with this relationship that is, kind of shifted out is you weren't feeling connected with that person. It's like you guys weren't in sync, you weren't aligned anymore, and I get the sense you really actually were before. And again, life happened and you just weren't feeling connected or aligned with this individual any longer. And it's no tea, no shade against either of you. It's just sometimes people just grow apart, right? And sometimes people's personal life path takes them in different directions. And your direction that you're going is like looking so fun and so lighthearted. So I get a lot of celebration here too, And with this Justice card here, what I'm getting from this is that the contract that you had with this person, that soul contract, it had been fulfilled. So again, that's why it was ending, because literally there was nowhere else for this relationship, this connection to go. The scales have been balanced. Whatever you agreed to do has been accomplished. Whatever you agreed to prior to incarnating in this lifetime, you already handled it. It was taken care of. You got what you needed, both of you, out of this connection, out of this relationship. So the scales here are balanced, okay? So again, I can't stress enough, so much fast movement. It's very, very exciting, all right? Now, let's get some words of wisdom here from Mama Gaia with these nature whisper cards, okay? Oh, okay. Oh, ow! That was a bit out of control. So let's do a shuffle and then we'll get our last card. Okay. So we have shift your energy. Bam. That's totally what has been happening here. And I can't help but say, like, this does make me think of the islands. I was born in Hawaii. Let me know in the comments down below if you were also from Hawaii or if you had a chance to visit my beautiful birth state in the US. Really, really lovely. And so what I'm getting here is what you're shifting into is freedom freedom to be the authentic version of you right here, right now. I'm sensing that you were super trapped. Like you felt really trapped and closed off, and you can kind of see that with this card here. You were feeling rather trapped and like you weren't free to be yourself. Yeah, you were not free to be yourself. You felt like you had to watch your words and you had to think twice about what you were doing because you weren't sure how this other person was going to take it. And again, it's just like you guys are on different pages now. So your energy has shifted. So just embrace it. That's what I'm getting here. Embrace it and relish it and do a dance, right? Just celebrate that. It's what I'm, you know, what came to me is Stella, how Stella got her groove back. It's like a movie. I think it's from the 90s. I actually never watched it, but from what I understand from the premise, she got out of a relationship and took a vacation, and she just kind of escaped it all and went to a tropical island, and that's where she met this amazing man who she connected with. And so that's kind of what's happening here is like you're just cutting ties, shifting your energetic space both physically and internally, and it's really taking you to greener pastures, right? Lusciousness and renewal of peace. So there was a lot of chaos here. And so universe is saying, hey, we're going to give you some space now. We're going to give you some time to, again, connect with yourself, figure out what it is that you actually want in life and how you're going to get it, how you're going to go about it. We're going to give you that peace, no more stress, no more stress. So what I'm getting here as some guidance is definitely spend some time out in nature and relax. Maybe some of you are campers. That might be a good time to go camping overnight somewhere. Maybe some of you enjoy hiking. That would be another great option. And for those of you that are a little bit more inclined to the water, like, you know, go canoeing, go on. One thing that people do here in the summer where I'm from is they do, oh my gosh, why am I blanking on it? Inner tubing. You go on an inner tube down the river, which can be quite serene, quite peaceful, okay? So find your peace again, find your space, get your bearings now that there's no more conflict or stress in your life from this relationship. And then lastly, infinite blessings. Bam! Like what were we just talking about? Wishes being granted, things moving fast, and know that there is no shortage of good things that can come into your life. That's what universe wants you to know, that there is no shortage of blessings that can come into your life in the sense of like, the world is your oyster. That's what kind of came through for me. And with the specific artwork here on this card, what's so exciting for you is, you know, just like the snow falls, there's billions and billions of snowflakes. And that's the same idea. There's billions and billions of blessings that have yet to find their way into your life. Oh my gosh, I'm so thrilled for you all. This reading started off a bit rough, but dang, the energy coming out of it was bomb.com. So I love how your reality is shifting in the next 30 days. Make sure to like this video and comment down below to affirm, to receive this beautiful shift in your energy. And if you like the energy and vibe here of Transform with Ryan, please make sure to subscribe to this channel. You can check out your next reading by clicking on the link right up here. But otherwise, until next time, my loves, sending you so much love and cosmic hugs. Mwah. Welcome back, Star Fam, to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. And for those of you that are new to this channel, I'm sending you a warm welcome and aloha. Comment down below where you're tuning in from. So happy to have you here. Now, let's get into your reading. We're going to find out what is shifting in your reality in the next 30 days. And what I just wanted to let you all know is that you are literally the sovereign and divine creator of your reality here. And this is just one of many possible timelines. And so just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. All right. Now let's do a little bit of a shuffle here. And what we're going to look at first is just a little bit of a context to see where the energies are at right here, right now. And then we're going to transition and kind of see how the energy exactly is shifting, okay? So we have that card that wanted to be a part of the reading right from the get-go, and that is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so you have been doing a lot of learning, and what I'm getting also is that there's a bit of impatience that has been happening lately, because it's like, oh my gosh, when am I going to be done with this learning phase, with this schooling part of life? And for some of you, that could definitely be literally like a school or university or certification program that you're in that seems to be like being so drawn out and is like going so slow, and you're like, oh God, I'm ready to be done already and just start doing whatever it is I'm learning how to do and putting it into practice. Next, we have the Page of Swords, Ace of Cups, Death. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Death. Okay. Some major arcana energy up in here. Oh, wow. And the Magician. Okay, let's kind of mosey these cards on over. Okay, I need to take a look at this because this is quite the eclectic bunch of cards you have here, my dears. So this card actually is not speaking to necessarily an end of anything. This card right here in the context of your reading today is speaking more to transformation, okay? Transitions. So just like, you know, in death, we transition from physical to the spiritual plane. You are transitioning in this context of your life. So for some of you, if you're graduating or finishing up some type of program or certification, it's like you were a student, now you're a graduate, or you were a student, now you're a professional, okay? So there's this transformation that is happening here. And I love this. So what Spirit wants me to pass along to you is, first of all, congratulations on your accomplishment, okay? There's definitely something to celebrate here. This feels like such a beautiful beginning, okay, for you as you are going through your transition. And there's a lot of excitement because of the possibilities that are now open to you, okay? Because whatever it is that you're finishing up, again, for a lot of you, I'm getting it's something education related, but for other people, it could simply be even finishing up your training. You know, when you start a job, you're doing some kind of training to get oriented to your new workplace. And so that stuff is finishing up, okay? So basically, whatever type of situation or role you were in where you had to do a lot of learning, a lot of studying, where you were like the newbie, okay? That's that transition we're talking about, is you're no longer going to be a newbie. And it's quite exciting because now that you have the freedom to do what you've trained for, do what you've studied, help people based off of your certification, it's like quite exciting. And you can take this career, this opportunity, this calling in so many different directions. Why? Because you have the Magician. And earlier when we started this reading, I reminded you that you are the divine sovereign and creator of your reality. And this card here is just reminding you of that now, you know, that you finished this chapter in your life, it's the sky's the limit here for you, okay? You just have to dream it up, take the action you need, be smart about it, follow your heart, and bam, it will come true, no doubt. Now here with the Page of Swords, you know, even though you finished your training, there's still more for you to learn in the context of experience, okay? It's like, you know, for those of us who have our driver's license, you know, for a while we were training, we had like that learner's permit, okay? And then we had to take our test. So we were studying, we were practicing how to drive, how to understand the traffic laws in our country, right? And then we take our test, our exam, and congrats, we get our driver's license. But now actually comes the real task, is to be really good at driving, be an expert driver, right? Hone our driving skills so that we are safe and we don't, you know, get into accidents or harm other people. And for myself, And I bet several of you can resonate with this because I know they do this a lot in other professions, like in estheticians and in hairstylists and stuff, in cosmetology, massage therapy, all those things. When I was in medicine, it's like I went to school, I did my training, I got my certification, and I proved that I was competent and I had the necessary education to become a medical provider. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm a skillful provider, right? I had to practice medicine. I had to take care of patients. And with each patient I cared for, my skill, my knowledge base got better and better and better. I was continuing to accumulate new knowledge. So in that way, you are still young, like this Page of Swords here, collecting information, collecting knowledge. But now it's not for the sake of passing an exam. It's for the sake of being the best that you can be at your profession. Nice, 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 nice. So congratulations to all of you that chose this deck. My goodness. This is pretty awesome. Oh, wow. Okay, so that was flipped. And we got this 4 of Cups here. Let's maybe... Oh, just kidding. We got 2. 4 of Cups. 8 of... Oh, you know what? Let's honor that. The Devil. And 8 of Wands. Okay, let's do a shuffle here and get a couple more cards here to look at this shift. Ooh, Ace of Swords. Okay. And 9 of Swords. Okay, this is very interesting. This is very interesting. Now, I'm going to put this into a context that I hope, I trust actually, does not discourage you, okay? So, now that you have finished your training and you are, moving on up here, moving on up, we see these wands going skyward. There are some things that you need to realize and understand, okay? When you're in training, there's a lot of people that are looking out for you. They're double checking your work and things like that. And now you don't quite have as present or ubiquitous. I'm like ubiquitous, really, Ryan? I'm trying to think of another word that's not so like nerdy. But the sort of the protection and the double checking and the coverage, people covering your back is not gonna be there because people are gonna think you're independent now and are able to do your own thing. So there's gonna be less people kind of looking out for you, looking over your shoulder, making sure everything's okay so that you don't mess up or get in trouble or anything like that. And you may get a little bit of anxiety here, and you may feel a little bit upset. And there are going to be times now as you move forward where you're going to actually feel a bit frustrated, okay? Because, we like to think that things will get easier now that we have all the training and the knowledge and the certification. But alas, that is actually not true. Things will continue to challenge you in life. Probably more so because you'll have more responsibilities, okay? I know when I first started in medicine, like the gravity of taking care of my very own patients really made me quite nervous at times. And there were times when I doubted myself, and that's what's being represented here in these cards. There are times that I doubted myself and I was like, oh my God, should I really be doing this? Maybe I need more training, maybe, right? And you're going to have those feelings, but just know that that's part of the process. That's part of shifting roles, okay? From student to practitioner, from student to licensed, certified professional, okay? Remember, you worked hard. You passed your certification. You are qualified. And now it's about being skillful, being talented about it, okay? It's just like you can only get that through practice, doing. It's like, in my career, my previous career in medicine, it's just natural and it makes sense that someone who's been a provider for 10 years is going to have more experience and a little bit more gestalt, a little bit more skill, and quicker at doing things than someone who's just a new grad who just freshly graduated. So that's another thing that you need to be mindful of is it's okay to take your time. You're going to feel rushed here, like with the Eight of Wands, with very fast movement. Yes, the pace is going to pick up. You're going to be asked to do more. And you're going to feel a bit rushed at times, and it's going to stress you out. But take a deep breath in and out and just make sure you're doing the right thing. Like, don't take any shortcuts. That is what the devil here is warning you of. Don't take any shortcuts, all right? And don't allow yourself to be manipulated. Sometimes I feel like you guys are gonna know what I'm talking about with this. My pile two, my deck two, is when you're fresh and you're green, there are gonna be people out there who are gonna try to take advantage of you, right? They're gonna try to pull your strings. I remember when I was starting in medicine, like people tried to get me to prescribe things for them that they definitely should not be having because I could see their records, I could see their chart notes, and they were getting in trouble with those kinds of medications before, right? And some clients of yours, some people that you're going to work with, whether that's, again, clients, customers, patients, whatever, or even your coworkers, even your coworkers, they're going to try to pull a fast one on you. It's like this. If you're familiar with the fraternity and sorority system in college, it's like hazing, which I think is actually illegal now. But it's like you're going to go through this hazing period where people are going to try to pull your strings. They're going to try to pull a fast one on you. They're going to try to take advantage of you because they think you don't know better. But keep your wits about you. Don't forget that you are a smart, intelligent person, and it's okay to question things. If someone is communicating something new to you and you haven't heard of that before, whatever that company policy, that product, that price point, that medication, whatever it is that you're hearing that's new to you, you just ask questions. But, I'm not familiar with that. Let me look it up. Let me double check with my manager on duty. Let me talk with, someone higher up, part of the leadership team, and verify what's happening here. Okay, so really shifting. Yes, what's shifting in your reality is you're going to step into your new position, and it's something to be celebrated. It's something to be very, very proud of. But you got to keep your wits about you. This is a whole new ball game here. Okay. All the answers aren't going to be in that textbook. You're going to have to start trusting your gut, trusting your intuition, and be humble enough to know that there's still a lot more learning left for you to do, okay? And I don't know about you, but I love learning anyway. Like, I would say I'm a lifetime student. I always love learning new things and growing and evolving and just, being more knowledgeable about the world around me, both seen and unseen. Okay, let's get some more guidance. I think Spirit was giving us some really good pointers here for what's shifting for you in the next 30 days, okay? But Spirit has more to say. We're going to get some love here from Mama Gaia through this Nature's Whispers deck. So Mama Gaia is going to hook you up, my loves, with some wisdom and guidance that's going to be so invaluable for you on this next chapter as you shift your energies. We're going to take that one. Let's see what it is. It is, here, keep your dreams alive. And what I'm getting from Mama Gaia to say is, remember how I was saying sometimes you can get overwhelmed and you can get discouraged as you're moving into this new role professionally? Remind yourself, remember why you pursued this in the first place. Hold on to your dreams. Let that be your anchor to help you continue forward along your path, okay, when times feel challenging or difficult. Remember why you did this. Remember when you were dreaming about doing this job before or serving this role before. Acceptance of love. So Mama Gaia wants you to know that there are people that are definitely going to be on your side. Not all of them are going to be sneaky, like here with the devil, okay? There are definitely going to be some people who are going to have your back. They're going to empathize and, they're going to be like, oh, I know what it is like to be the new kid on the block. I get it. So let me help you out. Let me teach you. Let me mentor you. Okay? So accept their guidance. Don't let your pride get in the way, which can happen sometimes with devil energy. Some people are too prideful and they get too cocky, okay? And that's how things can get missed and mistakes can be made. So accept this assistance, accept this help, and make allies. Make allies in your new workplace. Contemplation. So again, it's okay to stop and think about what's happening here. Don't be rushed, pressured, or bullied into something that just doesn't feel right. Okay? Take some time to think it through. Oh my gosh, I love y'all's reading. That was so powerful and so inspirational. And if you enjoyed this reading, if you're calling in this support and energy as well as you start this new endeavor, please like and comment down below. If you love the vibe and the energy here at Transform with Ryan, I invite you to subscribe to this channel so you can check out new readings as they are released. And of course, to go to another reading, click on this link right up here in the top right corner. It'll take you to another high vibe reading. But until next time, my dears, sending you so much love and cosmic hugs. Mwah. Hey there, Star Fam! Welcome to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. So happy to have you back. And for those of you that are new to this channel, sending you a very warm welcome and aloha. So happy to have you here. Please let me know where you're tuning in from down in the comments below. So let's get to your reading. What is shifting in your reality over the next 30 days, okay? And this is kind of, just where you're at if you kind of stay on course right now, but know that you can shift your reality and take a different path at any point in time, all right? And what I would encourage you to do is take whatever resonates with you from this reading and just leave the rest behind, okay? So let's start off with getting just a general context of this situation about what's shifting, okay? So we're gonna look at the context of the energy right here, right now, at the time of you viewing this. So this one came out, we have the Four of Pentacles, all right? And then next we have the Ace of Swords, Mother of Swords, oh, another Mother of Wands. So this would be the Queen in standard decks. And Father of Cups. Wow, okay, so we have four suits, all four suits present. Yes, I'm like, I had to double check, y'all. So we have Cups, Wands, Swords, and Pentacles. So, this context, the situation can definitely be affecting all areas of your life, is what I'm getting here with this, is that it felt like no part of your life, your world, was untouched by this situation that transpired recently, okay? And what I'm getting here is because we have so many court cards, we have Father of Cups, Mother of Wands, Mother of Swords, there were a lot of people involved here with this situation. And ooh. So for some of you, what I'm getting is that there was, okay, this is very specific to some of you, that this involves some type of romantic connection here. And what I'm getting is, again, this isn't so much about, male, female. This is just about divine masculine, divine feminine, and, relationships in general where two people are coming together. So we have, there is one person here with two lovers, two people that they're interested in. So I think classically some can call this a love triangle, right? And so this love triangle was exposed, okay? Information was received, revealed, uncovered, unearthed, and it created quite a mess of things, is what I'm getting here. And with the Four of Pentacles, what this is sort of telling me is that this has been going on for quite some time. And the energy was just getting really yucky, okay? And it was because you know, with the Four of Pentacles, traditionally it can be about saving things, holding on to things, okay? But holding on to things, like saving for a rainy day is one thing, but holding on to things in the sense of hoarding, that's another thing. And what was happening here was this buildup of lies and deceit. Okay, that's what was happening here. And then finally, the Ace of Swords came in and was like cutting through the illusions, cutting through the lies, and revealing truth. That's what Swords does, is reveal truth. Okay? And this definitely could be a romantic relationship for sure. For sure, I would say for the majority of you that were drawn to this deck, this does speak to a romantic relationship. And you know, I would say the severity of the lies and deceits and perhaps betrayal is going to be different. Like perhaps somebody was just texting with somebody else. Perhaps somebody just had their eye on another person, right? But they didn't really make any moves, or they didn't ask them out on a date. They didn't quite commit adultery in the classic terms yet. And then for other people, like, you know, literally they were sleeping with this other person. They were physically intimate with this other person. Okay, so there's all these different layers of this love triangle here that was exposed. Now, I'm also getting here that this could relate to a friendship, right? That there was someone talking about the other person behind their back and not really so what was happening is it was like gossip. That's a good word for it. It was like gossip, okay? Someone was gossiping about the other person, and that person felt like they were in the middle, and they were like, oh, I'm really cool with both people, but this person doesn't like this person, but this person thinks that these two people are friends. And this person is just like kind of stuck in the middle, right? And so my guess is that this person was like, hey, guess what, Owl? Let me just use that to make it clear. Guess what, Owl? Like, Snake was saying some things about you that I was really uncomfortable with, and perhaps you need to talk to them because it seems like they're really upset, or maybe they're not the type of friend that you thought they were, right? So it could have played out like that, or it could have been something at work where two people were trying to apply for a position, and maybe one of them was trying to suck up to the boss to get that promotion, and then, you know, it got exposed. It got blown out. And then regardless of whether Snake was qualified for this position or not, because it got revealed that Snake was trying to bribe their way to receive that position, or maybe use favoritism or use their connections to kind of pressure Swan to give the promotion to them instead of this Owl here. You know, like something got exposed, like some shady thing really got exposed here. All this to say, there's like multiple scenarios here, so I'm sure one of them resonates with you. But all of this to say that, dang, there was a whole lot of drama here because of all these people involved keeping secrets and serving their own agendas. Oh, dang, this was like a TV show. It's like one of those daytime soap operas or telenovelas, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's see how this energy is going to shift over the next 30 days, because this energy does not sound so pleasant. So Spirit, please tell my beautiful, beautiful Deck 3 crew, give them some heads up on how this messy energy is going to shift over the next 30 days. Okay, so first out, 3 of Wands. Okay, good, good, good. 6 of Wands. 4 of Swords. And we have card 18, the Moon. And lastly, the 3 of Swords. Okay, so needless to say, with the 3 of Swords here, this relationship between these three people is there's going to be a lot of hurt feelings. I think that's natural. Everyone's going to be hurt. Everyone's going to need time to reflect, time to, whatchamacallit, time to kind of decide like how they want to move forward, okay? Make some decisions here, and everyone's going to need their space because everyone got hurt in different ways in this relationship. But guess what? The beautiful thing is you are going to be granted that space. That's what this Four of Swords is about. The drama that has happened, that's the worst, okay? It's not going to get any worse. You're going to have this reprieve. You're going to have this pause. You're going to have a time to retreat, get your bearings again, like find your center, find your balance, and you're going to get space from this situation quite easily, okay? And here with the Moon card, I'm getting a few things with this Moon card here. First of all, definitely the illusion of this collegial, this romantic, this amicable friendship, relationship, workplace setting, whatever, that has been shattered, okay? So the illusions that the Moon creates have been revealed, okay? That illusion has been shattered. And so now all that we see is truth. So you are going to see the truth, see everything as it is, no more lies, no more deceit, and that's going to help you make your decisions, okay, about what's best for you. Now, the other thing here is moving forward. This is definitely a reminder for you to trust your intuition, trust your gut feeling, because there could have been signs and feelings that something was amiss from your perspective, but you maybe were just saying, oh, I'm just being paranoid, or there's no way that person could do that because we've been such good friends, or we've been in this relationship for so long, right? It's sort of like thinking that time equals loyalty, that just because you've been together for a certain amount of time, you've earned and deserved their loyalty. And that's actually not always true. And so it's about trusting your intuition, trusting your gut moving forward. So not letting your mind kind of rationalize something that you're feeling at the core of your being to be wrong, right? And just trusting yourself and doing that investigation. That's what the Moon is about. The Moon, you know, it creates shadows, it creates illusions. And one way to work with the Moon's energy is to investigate, be curious, find some things out, okay? So if you feel, you know, intuitively that something's amiss moving forward, then just do a little bit of digging. Ask some questions, try to get some answers on things, okay? And then you'll be able to find out the truth a little bit sooner. Now, what's beautiful here is that we have the Three of Wands and the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands speaks to victory. So this speaks to, you know, with this situation, you weren't the one, even though everyone feels hurt and upset about this, like you were not the one that ultimately is going to get screwed over. Okay? Like you're going to be one of the ones that's going to come out on top. All right? And you're not going to be the one that's looking foolish, or looking like the bad guy or the villain or the jerk in this scenario. And what's so great about this situation too is you're going to get a little bit more clarity, right? This situation here is going to show you what you have had in your life that you no longer want. It's going to make you more aware of how you can conduct yourself, how you can behave in the future, how you can stand up for yourself, for example, in the future, so that you can likely avoid something similar to this happening again later on, okay? So this gives you perspective. That's what I'm sensing from the Three of Wands. It's going to give you perspective to be a more self-aware person and a more observant person as well, and assertive, okay? Those are really all very, very beautiful traits to have. And that's a beautiful way to evolve and grow out of such a messy situation, is like you're wiser, stronger, smarter. because of everything that went down. And you can use those traits now to really secure even more victories in the future, okay? And surround yourself with more quality people, right? And also, if it was a romantic relationship, you're going to be able to discern when people are being authentic and true in regards to their feelings and their intentions towards you in future love relationships. Okay, so your energy is shifting, becoming wiser, becoming stronger, becoming more powerful because of this unfortunate circumstance and experience here. So Mama Gaia is going to come in here with the Nature's Whispers cards to give you some words of encouragement, some words of love, some words of guidance as you go through this shift here in the next 30 days, okay? So I'm sorry you had to experience this, my dears. But alas, life has a way of throwing curveballs at us. But in the end, we can always, you know, come out on top and come out better than ever before through our trials and our tribulations. So first out we have shift your energy. Beautiful. So of course, mourn this situation, have your anger, have your grief, experience your sadness, your shame, your embarrassment, all those emotions, experience them full out. That way you can shift into more calmer energies, okay? Definitely don't try to mask things. Don't try to put things off or brush things off. Grieve fully. Don't be afraid to like ugly cry, okay? Don't be afraid to ugly cry and let it all out so your energy can shift. It'll have an easier time moving back towards light, love, compassion, joy, happiness if you just let these difficult emotions work their way through. Assurance. So Mama Gaia wants you to know that universe, even though this happened, always has your back, is looking out for you. And there are more blessings coming through, more opportunities coming through for you. Okay, this isn't the end. That's what Mama Gaia wants you to know. This isn't the end. Okay, it may feel so challenging, like your heart has broken in a million pieces because of this, and you feel so defeated and so down and so damaged from this. But Mama Gaia wants you to know that that is not true at all. It's kind of what came through is sort of like the story of the diamond, right? Comes from coal, and the coal has to be pressurized. It has to be cracked. It has to be broken. It has to go through all this weathering and to come out beautiful. It's quite an intensive process to turn the coal into a diamond, okay? And so that's what's happening here. And then lastly, new experiences and possibilities. So again, new things are coming your way, all right? Whenever something leaves our life, or whenever something is revealed and we have to release it and let go of it and end it, it's because something else is coming your way. And here you see this maiden on this horse here going through this beautiful, lush garden with all these flowers in bloom and blossoming. And so this is just the beginning. You know, it makes me think of those movies where the beginning of the movie starts out with some kind of tragedy, and the movie sort of shows how the pieces get picked up, and a very, very happy ending comes, you know? And so that's what I'm sensing for you, my beautiful deck 3 here, that even though this terrible thing happened again, that there is something quite lovely for you over on the horizon. So to claim that happy ending, make sure to like and comment on this video down below. I would really appreciate that. If you've really enjoyed the energy and the vibes here at Transform with Ryan, I invite you to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Speaking of videos, you can check out the next video right up here by clicking on this link in the top right corner. But until next time, Star Fam, sending you so much love and cosmic hugs. Mwah. Welcome, welcome back, Star Fam, to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. And for those of you that are new to this channel, I just want to send you a very warm welcome and aloha. So very happy to have you here. Please comment down in the comments below where you are tuning in from. So in this reading, we're going to be looking at what is shifting in your reality in the next 30 days. So we're going to start the reading off with just kind of getting some information on the context, the current context of the situation. And then we're going to get another layer on how this situation is going to shift over the next 30 days. Okay? So I just want you to all be very aware that you have full sovereignty and control over your destiny. And so please just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This reading is just kind of intended to look at the situation as it is now and what could possibly happen should you choose to stay on the course that you're on, okay? So to start us out here, we have the King of Swords. Knight of Swords. Ooh, Two of Cups. Wow, 10 of Swords. And 2 of Pentacles. Interesting, interesting. So, wow. I'm sensing this definitely is referring to some sort of romantic situation is what I'm getting here. So that was also a possibility in one of the other decks. And the reason why I say that is because right here at the center of your reading is the 2 of Cups. And that speaks to a very young relationship. Not always romantic, but I'm sensing a strong romance energy here for this particular reading. And what I'm getting here is this is a relationship that was fairly young. Like it wasn't anything long term, so it could be someone you just recently met. Again, most of the people watching this is going to refer to something romantic, but again, for others of you that doesn't quite resonate, since this is a general reading, just think of this as any relationship, whether it's professional, business, friendship, familyship, whatever. But I'll be speaking in the context of romance, okay? So there was a very recent connection that unfortunately came to an end. And what I'm sensing here is that there was a disagreement regarding ideas and ideology, okay? So what do I mean by that? It's like two people are having a discussion and they're just like on opposite sides of opinions, right? They're not seeing eye to eye on something. One person thinks that, solution A is the best thing to do. The other person thinks solution B is the best thing to do. And this is like, what I'm getting is that this was really something big and important to the both of you, right? It's like conversations around finances, conversations around morals and ethics of doing something, okay? Like something really, really big. For example, there was someone that I was dating before, and he had a different opinion on minority rights and people of color. This was discussed around, the time when Black Lives Matter was all over the news and was a really big thing all across the globe. And he and I just didn't see eye to eye on that topic. And from his perspective, he thought that people of color, Black people, were trying to get more than their white counterparts. And I was like, no, that's actually not what it is. They want equality. They want the same rights as their white counterparts. And so that's like sort of an example of the type of conversation you may have had with this person where you really aren't seeing eye to eye, and it's like you're you both felt very strongly about your position on the matter, and neither of you was going to back down. Okay? I get the sense that this could have even been some kind of argument, and it got really heated. And that caused an abrupt end to the relationship. And I'm sensing here that it really caused one or both of you to kind of leave in a big huff and just be quite angry and upset about the whole thing. Um, Now, this card right here is interesting to me. This card right here feels like a bit of an outlier in the context of this narrative here, okay? Two of Pentacles. I'm going to ask Spirit to clarify for us a little bit on that, okay? Spirit, can you clarify this Two of Pentacles? It seems that the connection to the other four cards is different. It's like an outlier, if you will. So funny, I didn't have this with the other readings. I just want to clarify this Knight of Swords and King of Swords to both of you as well. So in each other's eyes, it was like you saw yourself as the expert and the one that had all the information and the knowledge to make the proper decision here, or the proper opinion. And you saw the other person, or they saw you, right? It's like, depending, like roles reverse, as someone who's just, speaking out of their butt, where it's just like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're naive. You don't have all the information. Like, you're speaking as someone who doesn't have experience, right? So it's like the king looking down on the knight. So you were looking down on them. They were looking down on you for your opinions and your ideas and thoughts on the matter. And so, of course, it didn't end well, right? Because no one likes to be looked down on. And so here we have the Three of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Oh, so interesting. Why do we have three court cards from the same suit? The Queen, the Knight, Queen, and King of Swords here. So with the Pentacles, this speaks to balance. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is that, regardless of whoever is truly right or wrong, that's not really what it's about. It's about meeting in the middle. It's about being able to see eye to eye and agree to disagree. And that, even though it feels uncomfortable, even though it seems like this is not what we really want all the time, we have to be able to coexist with people who don't share the same opinions as we do. Okay, we have to be open-minded to at least hear each other out. It's not so much about agreeing and converting people to our point of view. It's more about just taking these things into consideration, okay? Now, of course, there are some arguments that are deal breakers for people, right, when it comes to relationships. And agreeing on a standard of morals and ethics and whatever. And so I get that. I totally get that. And, I would say definitely in general, don't compromise your morals for somebody else. If you feel something is wrong, then, it's wrong. But you don't have to be a butthead about it. That's I guess what Spirit is trying to say. Because here with the Queen of Swords is that type of person that they don't hold back when they speak to you. They speak the brutal truth, okay? They don't sugarcoat anything. And that's not always the best way to go when you're trying to keep things amiable. Okay, it reminds me of something my friend's child said to them once when they were, they got really upset at what they were doing and told them to stop and yelled at them. And the son was like, okay, mom, It's cool. Like, just put some sugar in your voice. Like, you don't have to be mean about it, right? So that's sort of this energy here, that there has to be this balance between expressing your point of view without hurting someone's feelings. Okay? So that's what this is about. So there was definitely some kind of argument, some disagreement on ideologies recently. And, you know, it had, of course, it wouldn't have been brought up in this reading if it wasn't something that was kind of a big deal. So let's see how everything is going to be shifting now moving forward. Now that people have said what they needed to say, and, you know, had their feelings about it, like what's next? What's shifting for you over the next 30 days after this argument? Perhaps there's going to be a reconciliation. Let's see. Okay, so we have Ace of Wands, 10 of Cups. Okay, possibly. It seems like there definitely could be. 9 of Pentacles, Knave of Wands, and 7 of Cups. Okay. Interesting. So yes, I do see that there's a possibility here for reconciliation as long as both of you are open to it, okay? Because whether you're going to admit it or not, both of you were made aware of something new as a result of this conversation, okay? And there is the possibility for the both of you to grow from this, to find happiness from this, okay? And I'm trying to think of a way to put this in words here. I guess it's like not all is lost just yet, okay? What I'm sensing is that there could be a need for maybe just a little bit more conversation. If you guys can keep your cool and your calm long enough to kind of let each other speak and explain their point of view, okay? And you know, sometimes when we argue with people on the opposite side of the fence from us, we get more clarity on what our true stance is, and we can even communicate our stance and our reasoning a bit clearer to the other person, okay? Just so at least we understand each other. Again, we may not agree, but at least you understand each other, okay? So there's that. And what I'm also seeing here, okay, so for some of you, yes, it's possible to reconcile. For others of you, no, it's not going to go so well, okay? So let me explain this side a little bit, and then maybe you can find out which category you're going to fall into, okay? So in this picture here, we see this woman walking away. So that, to me, is like literally saying you're going to walk away from each other, okay? That with this knave looking at the wands, it's like this is all they see. This is their truth. This is their reality. So in a way, it's a bit stubborn. It's just like, no, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. And if you're not with that program, then see your way out, okay? Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Like, there's that energy there, okay? It's just one of those things that's not negotiable when it comes to the people in your life, whether that's a romantic connection, friendship, family member, whatever. It's like whatever you guys disagreed on, non-negotiable on your end. And so that person's going to make their exit, or you will make your exit because this person is being stubborn, whatever, okay? Either way, separation for sure. And then here with this, what I'm sensing is that you are looking at the person as if it's like they're dreaming. They're in this fantasy world. It's like, how could you even say that? How could you even come up with that? Like, you're so oblivious. That's what I'm getting with this card here. It's just the opinion of the other person is that you're just so oblivious. You don't really know what's going on. You're so sheltered. And your opinion is that you want this fantasy, right? That's what this is saying. It's like you're delusional in a way, right? It's got like, these are really harsh energies, but it's like, this is just what it is. It's like you're delusional. Delusional. You're delusional. You live in a fantasy world. Like, there's no way that that's going to be a possibility. There's no way that it's going to work out, right? That's kind of the mindset here. And so if that's kind of the energy you feel for yourself, or the energy you feel for that other person, that's kind of what is at the root of why this reconciliation can't happen, because it's like you're sticking to your make-believe reality here, and that's not the world that I live in, and so this is just not going to work. Okay? So let's see what words of love. I feel like there's a little bit of love that needs to be that needs to be present here in this situation. Okay. Oh, and sorry. Parting ways is not really going to affect your well-being, at least, materially. From this situation. Like, yeah, you're probably going to be upset about it emotionally, but with this Nine of Pentacles here, it's really about stability. It's about being taken care of, and that all your needs are going to be met. So it, like, no matter what happens, like if you reconcile or if you don't, like, you're going to be good. That's what this card is about. You're going to be fine. You're going to be good. Like, this person, this separation won't really get you down, which is kind of in contrast to one of the other readings where there was, a disagreement between people or something was revealed and there was a lot of heartbreak. Like, that's not the case here. Okay, so if anything, you're going to stand stronger in your opinions and your values, and by doing so, you're going to attract like-minded people, like-spirited people to you as well, that perhaps you'll have a more calm interaction and relationship with. And that sounds like something that you're gonna need right about now after this disagreement here. Okay, so let's see what Mama Gaia has to share. Some words of love, wisdom, compassion, leap of faith. Okay, so trust that this was for the best. Okay, that this argument came out for a reason, and it was for the best interest of both of you, even though it felt quite yucky and quite unpleasant. Okay. Assurance. Good. So, what I'm getting here, and I try not to take sides without really knowing people or knowing the situation, but what I'm getting here is that you did nothing wrong, that your opinion is very valid, and very appropriate, and you have nothing to be ashamed of for standing your ground. It's like you weren't wrong. You weren't wrong for what you said and how you feel and your opinions on anything. Okay, so don't feel that way, please. Mama Gaia is like, no, my child, you were not wrong in what you said. That doesn't necessarily mean the other person was wrong. Okay, I know that's kind of tricky. That's kind of tricky, loves. But that doesn't mean the other person was wrong. It's just, this was your experience. This is your reality. This is your truth. But what's so beautiful about this is other people can have their reality and their truth, and we can still coexist on this planet, okay? Love matters. So there you go. Mama Gaia wanted to give you some love. So always come back to love, my dears. Whenever there's a disagreement, whenever you have a fight, always come back to love, okay? Do you really love and care for this person enough to overlook what happened? And if you don't, that's okay too, all right? That just means that you weren't meant to be in each other's life. That's all, okay? So love matters. Really look deep within and really own and acknowledge your feelings for this person. I mean, it could be that you really didn't care much about them anyway, but it's just like because of convenience, because of circumstance, you guys were together and you weren't really invested in this relationship. And so you really didn't love them. You really didn't care about them. And so it's like, okay, well, then there's no need to have this relationship in your life, yeah? But always come back to love. Love yourself, honor yourself, and other people will do the same for you. So if this reading resonated with you, please give it a like, comment down below, and if you like the vibes and the energy here in this channel, I invite you to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. And speaking of videos, you can click on this link right up here in the top right corner to go to another reading. Otherwise, my beautiful star fam, I'm sending you so much love and cosmic hugs. See you next time. Mwah.